Hello teacups, what's brewing? Welcome back to the channel. So, was it yesterday I said, oh, I might come back for a second written? No, I did not. Oh, before I start, because people tend to ask whenever I'm wearing like high shimmer, I will link the makeup, well I won't link, I'll list the makeup down in the description box below. I don't bother linking because generally speaking, where you are is not where I am, so where you can get things will not be the same place as me. With the exception of the eyeshadow palette, which is the Kaima Cosmetics one I talked about, which I bought from the UK and they ship internationally. So today we have a 3-in-1 because Foodie just won't stay offline. We have the live that she ended up deleting. I had barbecue chillins cut down originally, which was about 14-15 minutes. I've cut it down to 7. Because there was so much to go through, I just wanted the points I wanted to talk about. When I was cutting this down, barbecue chillin didn't have a cover of the next 2 lives, I don't believe. So I went and got Just Sayings, and she had covered the brunch chat and the live with Just Foodie. She did like a 2-in-1. I've cut that down into the parts I want to keep because her 2-in-1 was about 40 minutes. And then the 4th piece of content she had, I know I just said 3-in-1, was Good Evening. I haven't watched that properly. It doesn't seem worth reacting to, but I haven't watched it. So I think I caught about 3 minutes on the end of barbecue chillins cut down that came up after I finished cutting my own down, so which is why I don't do this anymore. I don't think there's much to be missed, but if there is, I'll come back because you know we're here. So quite a lot of stuff to get through. I've got this cut down, yeah, sure, to about 23 minutes over the 3 lives. Thank you to Barbecue Chillin and Just Saying. When I say the community could not get by without clip shows, I mean it. So this is likely going to be a long one. Let's get started. So this deleted live was right after Peetz left, the day Peetz left her.
So Peetz is probably en route. He's on his en route to Cornwall. I had like nothing for him, I just realized that. Oh, by the way, Blanche is off. I don't like that name.
She unnamed her cat. I hated Blanche, but she unnamed her cat. There's a lot of other things she's been considering about that cat that we'll get to later. None of them will be shocking.
I can't figure out a name. You can vape if you want to. Yeah, I can do whatever the hell I want, right?
I mean, that is basically adulthood. You can do whatever you want, you're just not exempt from the consequences of doing whatever you want. But to Chantel, any consequence is the problem of future Foodie, so it doesn't matter.
I'm in survival mode. And this actually makes it worse. Well, I know for sure the edibles make it 100 times worse, but having a bit of vape just takes the edge off. Who's this now? Hold on. Phone call. Yeah, that was intake for some therapy, actually. So I had to do like a 5-minute intake thing.
So her and Salah, I am convinced that she's taken that conversation of, oh yeah, no, we'll see in a few months, we'll see how it goes, really seriously, as they could get back together. I'm not saying it will happen, I'm saying she thinks she could. And because she's not willing to let that go, she's too insecure with where she is right now. She's showing all these things on camera that she absolutely independently came up with to better her life.
So I should have in a few days to a week my first appointment with a therapist. So Peetz is en route. I don't know if he's going to go live, but he didn't sleep good at all. That's why we went to stay one night just to check out the room and that, but...
Not promising for somewhere you're trying to move into.
It's very small. Today I woke up and cleaned a bit of my depression apartment.
This as well. I'll let her talk about Peetz moving in and then we'll get into it.
Figured the room out. We'll figure the room out.
Yeah.
Kanita, after my lease is over...
Oh, that was all she said. Sorry. So based on the apartment that was brought up as her potential location, she has like a 1-bedroom and then it's considered a den. So it's a separate room. It doesn't have windows. It's not intended as a bedroom. It's intended as like an office space. It didn't look like it had a door, just based on the floor plan. So obviously it's a lot smaller. I'm sure it's a really useful space if you're living in your own apartment and you need a space to work from. It's a nice separate place. But to have as an actual bedroom isn't that great a deal for Peetz. So I don't know, he came to measure it. They've both said, yes, it will probably happen, but it looks like Foodie is now having doubts. Now, she's going to give us some of the reasons for her doubts, but I would say more probably it feels like moving in with another man is a line that once she crosses, she can basically cross Salah out, and I don't think she's ready to do that mentally.
I might actually, like, move out. Move out where? Bigger place, but maybe not, I don't know.
I initially thought that the bigger place was a way to kind of, with Peetz, be like, oh no, look, we'll do the lease and we'll get somewhere more equal for us. But also to do with the doxing, I think. She's denying the dox, she's saying it's not where she lives and that they're wrong, but she also says another thing.
Somewhere not as crackheady. No, I'm just joking. I don't want to even mention the forum because I don't want to, but there's a forum that like document, like they try to like find out where you live and stuff. And they thought they found out where I live, but they didn't, so.
She's addressing it, so they're probably right. Yeah, probably she should learn to just not address this stuff. She does say the full address later, so she's clearly comfortable having it on channel, or she thinks by doing that people will go, oh, well, she won't be that stupid. Trust me, she'd be that stupid.
I thought you assumed you were in Vanya because you said crackhead. Maybe, since I moved out of the villa, I'll be honest with you about something. Since I've been moved out of the villa, I had like a continuous guilt through the whole time, like moving to Kuwait, all the way up until Syria. And I still do feel kind of guilty, like having Peetz move out on his own and like...
That, where she caught herself, leaving Peetz, having Peetz move out on his own. She's been through a lot of versions of this. One was just like anger, he's a ball and chain, why should I be responsible for him? Which is true. She shouldn't have to be responsible for her adult friend. However, she did put her adult friend in the position where he would have to go and find another place. If you make someone reliant on you, should you then just dump them? That's a factor Foodie could consider in many areas of her life. But two, she said before that Peetz moved out before her, she didn't leave him with anything, and now suddenly she felt guilty because clearly she did spring this on him really quick.
Because, like, he just doesn't, like, he literally is always alone, like, always. I don't know, I would just be like, you know?
Like, you know, she can't handle being alone at all. Peetz seems a lot more comfortable with it. But Foodie has never been one to understand others' feelings because she can only picture herself. She's always said, well, I'm just honest about it. I feel this way and so does everybody else, just I'm honest about it. She cannot imagine not being bothered by the things that bother her.
It's his choice, yeah, I know. But I think if he had a choice between being completely alone or living with me, he would live with me.
And again, that's projection.
But because of people like that, I can't show you my place, like, you know? 32 vids removed. Actually, I've had vids restricted or...
She's going to talk about this in more detail a bit later, so we won't address this now, okay? But Amber Reed had a bunch of videos removed and appears to have been demonetized at this moment, which is a whole nother conversation. I know I don't really react to Amber, I've done one or two, but God, what on earth is she gonna do? Because essentially, same position as Foodie, she doesn't have a better way of earning money. Like I said, we'll talk more in detail about the changes that YouTube have made and why a little bit later when she gets into it in reference to her own channel.
I've had one removed where I was talking about my eating disorder. I've had 2 age restricted or something like that, whatever. No, I can't worry about something that's out of my control. And honestly,
You can't worry about it, you can react to it. You can say, okay, there are videos that I made that weren't against TOS or were not being followed up with TOS that now might be a bigger deal and therefore I'm going to have to change my behaviour moving forward. You could do that, but you know, that might be a bit too responsible.
I understand them doing that. I don't think that they should, like the videos where I'm just talking about my struggles and they don't want to glorify eating disorders. Well, but you're stigmatizing them.
They've been a bit more precise, but the point I would make is that they're not banning that content, they're saying they're not going to incentivize that content. So you can put it up, but you can't get paid for it. And as a private company, they can choose to do that.
You're like completely blocking them from the platform.
No, you're not. You're saying we won't monetize this.
Are people talking about them? They're not supposed to do that. Basically, somebody made a comment that they thought I lived like on Donald Street or something.
She'll say the full address later, but...
I had to go check just to make sure. Anyway, I don't even know why I care. If I get kicked out of a fucking building, whatever, I'll just move on.
So if it's not your address, why would you be kicked out? This is why you don't address a dox, because you're gonna say something. I had a little look around when it got linked up on Twitter. I don't personally go on the farms. I used to because it used to be the only way that you could keep up with her. Now there are clip channels, I don't really need to. But generally speaking, people will share it on Twitter, which is where I'm more active. I looked at the listing for the apartment. It does seem like there's a picture of her living room and there's like the area for the couch and then it's right next to where the kitchen units start. And when she's sitting, you can see her taking her cup off what looks like the kitchen counter, even though she's in the living room area. So I think they did catch where she lives, personally. We don't have absolute proof yet, but it seems like a good match. Currently it's speculation until she confirms it. And the way she'll confirm it is by saying something stupid or showing something she shouldn't because she thinks it's already happened, so it doesn't matter anymore, which is where I think we'll end up.
Like, I don't know, whatever. But no, I do care, I can't say that. I have to try my hardest to protect, like, you know, everything. So I have a Nintendo Switch, so if any of you have, like, I have a Switch 1.
Peetz has a Switch 1, which is now hers.
So I have the Mario Kart for the Nintendo Switch. If any of you want to Mario B's at some point.
She did end up putting a code or something up on her comments, not comments, on her community.
He probably will move into the new year.
Right, so he's going to wait a few months. That's the only thing I could possibly say that was at least sensible, and I think it was probably influenced from his mum, who doesn't want him to move. They're waiting a few months to make sure she doesn't just run off, and it means that he can also tie up where he's living properly.
A couple days I saw my family. Then Peetz came over, so I've been with people, and I've been busy. So I have to keep busy. Like, tomorrow, I don't, like, it's a slate, a clean slate. Nobody's day should be a clean slate, like, unless you have, like, a reason, you know, you're really ill, or...
You can have just a lazy day, but when it ends up being like, my life is empty and stretching before me, it gets depressing quickly.
I need to fill those days so that they have stuff in them. Jobs are good. I was going to say that, Lisa, it's true. A job is good for that. You go out all day. Yeah, you're right, maybe I should get a job.
She keeps saying that, and she still doesn't seem to have an answer for what it is she could do.
And come home and do a live stream. Or I make this a full-time organized job, like actually try to make it. Or
that would be nice.
Organize, like, have a plan, like...
It won't happen. Anyone who's about to go, you're so naive! No, I know. I've been through the cycle before. I've been here a while, friends. But she's definitely in the first stage of I'm going to clean up my life right now.
You know, every day, some kind of content. Like, I'm not rich, and I don't have a car, and I've never actually, even when I had a car, I never actually took the time to explore the city of Ottawa. I can do challenges, like, every day, go out. Like, every day, have, like, a routine, like, get up.
I think every day is going to be too much for her, but in terms of her content. So the way I see her problem right now is that anything and everything she wants to do is going to require her having money. And with her having more expenses in Canada, she has to maintain her apartment, she has to maintain her rent and all the other stuff. But something she could do that would be more reasonable and more attainable would be to say, do you remember the other React when we went to check what was on in Ottawa that weekend? There was that site, Ottawa isn't boring, or Ottawa is fun, or something along those lines. And it would just list everything that was going on in Ottawa that week. I showed that Food and Wine, was it Food and Wine? Food and Drink Festival that I think she would have liked. Once a week, commit to doing some kind of out and about in Ottawa. And I don't mean the day-to-day life of groceries and whatever, you can do those anytime you want. I mean, pick something from the website and go to it. Go to an event or a farmer's market or a something. Take a little walker if you need help getting around. I'm not even going to judge you for it. Like, you want a walker so that you can walk a little bit more easily and so you can take rest and you've got something to hold on to, do it. I'd rather see her mobile with help than not mobile. But I don't want these kind of fake influencer vlogs she does. Even though I found her Mega Park vlog to not be that great, it did seem a bit more honest in terms of who she was. She didn't have like fake influencer voice. She was with her aunt. Like, just produce one of those things once a week. So you've got some kind of regular content that guarantees you being outside. Anything else you do, yeah, have a basic routine of I will be up by this time. Like the stuff for the day-to-day living, but she gets overwhelmed really, really easily. So just commit to, okay, once a week, I'm going to go out and I'm going to do this thing. And if she needs a few days to recover, then she needs a few days to recover. She's going to need to do the vlog and do the editing anyway. Like, you want a small step that will at least give some kind of consistency to what she's offering on channel, particularly with the talk about demonetization later. That would be a good choice for her.
Have like coffee, healthy breakfast, go like, you know, go for a small walk or something, or just get ready. Have like a routine, and then you can go to work. So like take the bus, 8 to like 5 or whatever and like go explore somewhere.
She's not going to stay out 8 to 5, but pick a place a week, and then if she feels like she's going to do anything else, or she's got the energy, or she can fill in the rest of the time. But that would be one thing that she could put as like an, okay, this is what's going to be happening at least once a week.
I'm also going to look into addictions services here.
I don't think she's going to. I wish she would. All the stuff she promises, I always wish she would do. And I think that's the problem that commenters sometimes have with me, where I would love her to do this, so they think I believe she's going to do this. I think she believes what she's saying when she says it, sometimes. And I believe she wants Salah to think she's going to clean up her life. There may also potentially have been a conversation with the family, because she went to stay with them for a couple of days, and you can imagine like a well-meaning parent or aunt being like, cutie, you gotta sort these things out, we want you to have a good life, and these things coming up. I'm hoping, but not hopeful, for her doing any of them.
I need some coping skills, I need some help with THC, because I don't feel like I really can, like, I don't know if I really want to, like, stop completely.
Those two things are different. If you don't feel like you can stop, people can give you coping mechanisms to help you. If you don't want to, I don't feel like any therapy would work. Because ultimately you have to want to do it, because it's going to be hard.
I get actual physical reactions, like, I get really bad anxiety if I don't do it. Like, I get the shakes, and, like, I just feel, you know, that anxiety feeling? And,
Would that not be a mental... I'm not getting into that.
I think it's just weird and messed up. I don't sleep.
I did get in my comments the other day when I asked about, are there any physical reactions? It seems to vary depending on person and use and stuff, but insomnia does seem to be one potential, which would make sense with her.
Very well. So I mean, if I'm in the Middle East, I don't care about THC. Don't know why. He's actually a real buzzkill. No, buzzkill as in, like, he hates to see me burnt, so in Thailand, I was very giggly because of that. And he's like, I hate to see your face like this. Your eyes red.
Too bad you've been high basically since you got back from Canada. But no, guys, I'm still a Muslim. I'm still changed. I'm going to go get help.
Is that why he went walking in Thailand? No, he wanted to go walking. He's physically able to move around. I wasn't, really.
Yeah. He was in a new country. He wanted to travel. Remember, that was part of the excitement for him. They were going to travel together, and then Foodie just went to the hotel and wouldn't leave.
Which is really sad when I think about it.
Actually, that's not fair. They did do a vlog where they went out that first time.
And actually, another motivator as to why I shouldn't go eat 5 pogos right now. Because of the fact that, like, that's shameful. Like, I should be able to do things. And I can't,
I'm trying to think of a nice way to say it, but yeah. If the amount of food you're consuming is limiting your life to the degree that you can't move around, yes, don't eat 5 pogos.
I'm not going to be too down on myself, though, and say, I mean, yes, I am down on myself about it. Like, in a way that I realize it's serious.
I'm taking it seriously, Salah.
And I've wasted I could be doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I want to get to a healthy point in my life for once, but it's just like, when I tell you, like, it's just so hard. And I know you're thinking, duh. Well, I'm hung up on that. Like, I can't get over it.
All right, well, therapy. It's going to be really hard, yet you're an extreme case.
My concern with Peetz moving is I don't trust myself. Like, right now, if you ask me, I don't feel stable. Like, I would want to give it a bit more...
Go with the feeling, Chantal.
Time to make sure, like, if I'm here in this country consistently for like half a year or to a year, then I would say, okay, and I'm going to be single, because I'm not going... If I'm moving in with Peetz is not as just, yay, it's so simple, because it's not. Because there's a lot to consider for him. So... Like I said, I had the guilt with moving out on him at the villa, you know? Like,
so you did move out on him and leave him. He didn't go first. Just confirming your lies.
Like, I always felt like we would always be taken, like, there for each other. So, basically, I want to make sure that I am planning on what I'm doing for sure. If Peetz moves, it would have to be, like, we would have to commit to, like, being life partners. Like,
I don't understand that. And I know I said this before. If we move in together, we have to commit to forever. You couldn't even commit to your so-called marriage forever. If you and Peetz move in together, the two of you need to decide on an amount of time, a lease or whatever. You need to sit down and put your immediate future into context. How long is this lease gonna be? If you're going to move for a year, if you're going to move for 2 years, if you're going to do the rest of the year in this place and then say, okay, when this lease is over, we put our money together and we find somewhere a little bit better. Because between the two of them, they can afford a little bit more than her alone. That's a conversation you definitely need to have. But no one can tell anyone what they're going to do forever. You can just put reasonable parameters in for the now. And then Peetz can make the decision, is it worth moving for this amount of time under these circumstances? Do I trust Foodie enough to stay to those circumstances, which personally I wouldn't, but to each their own. And then if he takes the risk, he takes the risk. It's his life. I think the reason she's saying, oh, it has to be forever, is because if he moves in, Salah is out. It would be an unforgivable, which is hilarious considering shit on the floor and vomit in the sink wasn't.
Like, if I ever wanted to not live with him again, like, that's not an option. Do you think you'd ever go back to Syria? I honestly, if you ask me in this moment, no.
Who would she go back to? You think Salah's going to take her? I don't.
In every different era, if you ask me if I saw the next era coming, I would think you're ridiculous. Salah was somebody, part of my life for 3 years. Like, if I'm going to talk, I'm not...
Someone asked why she was talking about him.
Talking bad about him at all, and I won't. Like, I'm not going to also talk anything more personal about our life, like, you know.
It's a bit late considering everything you told us.
Honestly, I don't want to talk about, like, Salah, like, a lot, you know. I just want to keep things secret, like, about our relationship, and because
she hasn't kept anything else secret. She's told us, she had that breakdown where she told us everything. But I want to keep things secret about our relationship. What relationship? Your relationship is over. We presume from what she said already that she's been begging him to come back. And we know from his responses that he's been like, no, we'll have to see where we are in a few months. I think just to brush her off. We know that he didn't contact her, she melted down, and her like meltdown was starting to turn to anger. And then he was suddenly like, oh, payday. Yeah, I was in the hospital for 3 days. Couldn't contact you. Don't worry. No worry. We split amicably. Why would no want to talk to you? I think Salah doesn't want to cause any more trouble for his family, and Foodie would go scorched earth with very little provocation.
Honest. Hate green grapes, and I really want to try in my self-improvement to have my word mean something to me. Because I don't think that I'll ever be a person who will have very many material things. Like, I'm not getting any more furniture. I'm gonna go look at the garbages and see if there's anything free, but I'm not buying anything.
Is there not is it Facebook Marketplace? You know where you just, or Craigslist or whatever? She has Kijiji, doesn't she? Where people are like, this going for free. Because if where she was doxed is where she lives, I wouldn't touch the stuff in that trash. There was a lot of comments about bed bugs and things like that.
And I'm still having trouble forcing my brain to accept that this is the new reality. Does part of me want to go back? Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Of course it does.
I think part of her just doesn't want to think about her responsibilities here, and going back is the easiest way to avoid them. Just go back to where everything was done for her.
People ask me what I do for a living. I tell them I'm unemployed because that's easier. Anyway.
Oh, we did go for the pogos. Her conviction lasted a long time.
I froze the bacon. I have to eliminate it from my diet completely. Really? That's not good if that's true. I feel really bad for her. That's bad.
Well,
maybe I'll do this on my channel too, who knows. And then it will be, see you later, guys. Okay, where's the proof that she's demonetized?
Anything to do with her earning money is currently suspended. She came on for 10 minutes begging people to go over to her Cameo, where she was selling cameos for $100, and the last update I saw on Twitter was that it had gone up to 110 because I guess she had sold all the ones for 100. What choices are people making right now? This economy, this close to Christmas, you're throwing her $100. But in that 10 minutes, she was acting supremely unbothered. I swear though, December is usually the highest earning month. End of November, first half of December, the highest earning month. That's why so many YouTubers will do Vlogmas or stuff like that. Because it's more videos in a high-paying month. It's an actual real thing if she can't get monetized during that time. Now, one thing I will say for Anne Boleyn is that she's always been better at saving money than Foodie has, I think. Yes, she eats a lot and she shops a fair bit, but she doesn't really have the other vices that Foodie does. Not that I'm saying she's any better or worse, they're both awful, but she seemed to be able to manage her money a little bit better. But if that happened to Foodie, she would not survive the month, because you're not just talking loss of earnings in that month. The following month is usually really low because advertisers aren't paying in the first half of January. So when you see a lot of YouTubers take a break in January because they've just done Vlogmas, they're not losing out on that much.
I think it's better to delete them. For now, anyway.
Oh, this is now switched over to Just Saying's cut down. And so we are now in Brunch Chat, which was a live she did where she came back on wearing the hijab again.
I don't know. I just wanted to cover it completely to come live on like dating. And also, I did not ask me to wear hijab. I'm wearing it because I want to.
She denies it later, but no, I think she's 100%. She's got two reasons. One, she thinks it looks good to Salah. And two, she doesn't want to get ready.
I don't know why people have a problem with it. Like, it's much if I want to wear it or not. Like, what does it matter? How is it meant?
No, it's your choice, but anyone who wears it for the intended purpose, which is religious, may be offended that you seem so comfortable picking up and throwing away their beliefs.
He's controlling me, salty dog. He didn't ask me at all. I haven't even talked to him today. Or yesterday.
Keep that in mind, because she's going to say something later that contradicts this.
Because I want to wear it, oopsie? No, it's not an attempt to get Salah back.
Of course it is.
It's not only a religious garment, Venture, but I am Muslim, yeah.
What? If you're wearing it because you're a Muslim, it's a religious garment. What the fuck are you talking about, woman?
Say I took the Shahada, I prayed to Allah. No, I'm not perfect, but I still identify as Muslim.
Okay, we won't get into not perfect, but you took the Shahada, you prayed to Allah, but it's not a religious garment? What are you doing right now?
Let me ask you a question. If I was, like, interested in going into Christianity and stuff, would people do the same thing?
Yes! Yeah, if you were sitting there counting your rosary beads and then saying, no, well, it's not religious, it's just pretty, I would have some questions.
I've been chatting with, like, a sister via email, and I'm probably going to get some, like, spiritual guidance.
Oh, this was the other, she called it religious therapy, which I found a bit strange, but I think she's just interchanging counseling and therapy. And this is definitely something she should have done before she left for the Middle East in the beginning.
Like counseling? Guidance counseling? How do you know that's the only thing I do as a Muslim is say Bismillah? You don't live with me?
We see you online enough to know what you're not doing.
Like, people go through confusing times in their religion. It's personal. Yeah. It's up to me. If I want to wear the hijab one day, like, it's not up to you.
This isn't one day. This is now. If one day, after some education and forming relationships within the group, you decide, actually, no, my beliefs do align with this, then yeah, it would make sense that you would wear it. That's not where you are right now. And if you were there right now, you wouldn't have thrown it off the moment you got to Canada.
It's not your business. Nobody.
It's our business if you put it online.
Nobody asked me for money. Nobody asked me for shit. I'm not wearing it for anybody. I'm wearing it for myself. I don't care if anyone got demonetized. If my Foodie Beauty channel gets demonetized, I'll use the couples channel.
Okay, there was some conversation about whether you could do this or not. I think she could. There is a difference between being banned and being demonetized. Certain content is being looked at a lot harder because of the lawsuit and Eugene Yakuni and all of that. So it doesn't matter what channel she was on, she couldn't monetize that content. So if she were to go to the couples channel and continue to put up offending content, then no, she couldn't monetize that. It would still be limited ads or no ads. But being demonetized is not being banned. You can have more than one monetized channel. In the background, you have your AdSense account and it's connected to all your channels. So for example, my Milk Tea Chill channel is monetized. I don't really make any money off of it, but it's monetized. So when I get paid by YouTube, it takes whatever I've made from any channel and it puts it into one payment. So she could go over to the other channel, monetize videos and be fine. If she got banned from YouTube, then her AdSense would be also closed down, in which case applying for another one and like starting a new channel would be against terms of service.
You don't have to. Like, there's Muslims who don't wear hijab. I wore hijab for 3 years. You think it's so easy for me to just take it off? I don't feel right.
You did just take it off. You went out without it. And if there are Muslims who don't wear the hijab, why do you need to wear it then? You say you're confused about your beliefs. If you can still be considered Muslim and just choose, you know what, I don't think the hijab is for me, and that seems perfectly acceptable, what's the problem?
Hopefully you get demonetized too. Then who are you going to come and hate on with your no life? Someone?
There are plenty of people on the internet, but we can react to you whether you're monetized or not. And again, she can't do anything without the money she earns here. So she would scramble for other platforms just like she did when her channel was banned.
I don't celebrate Christmas, but I'll probably go have dinner at my mom's and stuff and spend time with my family. Yeah, I woke up and felt Muslim today. Right, yeah.
Right. Yeah. You woke up and you literally decided, I think I'm going to put the hijab on today. After weeks of not wearing it and getting high.
Even though I spent the last 3 years being Muslim.
And the last 3 weeks decidedly not being. Because that's the thing, it's not that Foodie doesn't necessarily always follow the practices that you would expect of her religion, right? Because there are different degrees of people that are willing to practice. There may be people that were born into a Muslim family, are considered Muslim, but don't really practice. I'd say that's true of Christianity as well. But she actively goes against the teachings and then just wakes up one day and decides to put it on? No. Again, if you came out here in a nun's habit with a rosary and then was saying, no, it's just for the look, guys, I'd have some questions.
I hope you're doing Islam classes. Yeah, I need to learn a lot more. Hell, you know, people hit Danielle, people who say, oh, you didn't even learn about Islam, maybe learn about the religion first. Well, okay, let's go for that argument then. When I was baptized as a baby and I was shitting my diaper, I didn't know anything about Christianity.
You are absolutely right, you didn't. When you were baptized, your family were promising to raise you in that faith. Because as a baby, you didn't have the ability to consent to it. Just like as a baby, you don't have the ability to consent to being born, you don't have the ability to define how you are raised. She's gonna go on, and so are we.
When I was confirmed, when I had my communion, I didn't know anything about Christianity the whole time I was a Christian.
Okay, that is a you issue. Let's tell you a little story. I went to a Roman Catholic primary school when I was a kid. My family were not religious, but the reason I went to that school particularly is because that school did an exam. There was an 11 plus exam in the UK. I don't actually even know if it's still a thing, but you took the 11 plus, and the school I was in the catchment area to go to another school for secondary that was really good in the area. When I was in, I think it was the top class, possibly, like in year 6, I think, because that's when you finish primary school in the UK. Some people went through confirmation. Not everyone, but some people. And I remember being in class and then being pulled out of class for what I assume were preparation classes, where they would go and study this stuff. I assumed. I didn't do it, so I didn't know. Foodie went to school with nuns. She has told us this. She was raised in very much a Catholic environment for her education. Her not knowing anything about Christianity when she was being raised in that environment is entirely a reflection on her ability to learn and not the education she was offered. Because you cannot tell me she was taught by nuns and they didn't offer a religious education. You not knowing shit is down to you. She was given the opportunity for that education. Like, I am not religious. I made those choices long ago. It's just not where my beliefs lie. But I had that education. We had a priest come in and do mass every so often. On special religious days, I remember us lining up outside the hall and then putting the little cross on our forehead in the ash. I remember the teachers making the cornucopia out of salt dough. Like, things like that. Foodie going through those processes and not knowing anything, entirely her issue.
They asked me when I took my Shahada, do you believe in this? Do you believe in this? Like, a few things. Yes, the rest you can learn later, you know?
Okay, yeah, no, any religion you join, you're going to constantly be evolving in it. You're going to constantly be learning about it. If you're dedicated to that religion, which you would assume, having converted into it, you would be dedicated to that religion. Because as an adult, you don't have to be raised in any particular way. You don't get forced into whatever your family is in. You make the choice. And the assumption is, if you care enough to make the choice, you would care enough to pursue the education. Unless, of course, you don't care and you're doing it for other reasons.
The thing is just like, when I even think of like with the situation with Salah, with any, even people you love, your mother, your father, you're going to lose everything you have one day, and the only thing you're going to have left is God.
Alright, I think that comforts her a little bit. You know when she was really sick and all she would do is pray, and it's the only time we'd ever really hear about her praying? I was just lying there begging God for another chance. I think she likes the idea that while people to her are entirely unreliable because she uses them up, God kind of has an obligation to be there for you and an obligation to forgive you, to her mind. I'm not looking for an argument in the comments about that, but the idea that if you can ask forgiveness, it doesn't really matter how you act because you can be forgiven, I think that comforts her.
I removed I privated and a lot of my videos. Yeah, I haven't even gotten around to changing my channel.
This is what I wanted to talk about. I can't remember if she talks about this again later, so we'll get into it now. Now, I did get a picture of this, but I can't go and get it without turning off the screen recording. So I'm going to put it in post, but I just want to show you what YouTube is now asking us to self-certify before you put videos up. As a creator, whenever you post a piece of content, you have a part in the advertising of when you monetize, it says advertising guidelines, and you have to self-certify what content you've got inside your video. One of these parts is either shocking content or controversial issues or something like that. Like I said, I'll put the picture in post. And what they've done, owing to the whole controversy around Eugenia Cooney and the lawsuits and stuff like that, they have fine-tuned the wording and made it more precise in terms of content relating to eating disorders, what you can say and what you can show. And now, because they're being more precise in that, and because I'm assuming they're trying to cover their own ass in terms of what they've allowed in the past, they're going through to videos that they feel don't meet this guideline to prevent themselves any trouble in the future. Now, I can't see exactly, or I got a bit confused over whether it was completely no monetization, because there's 3 sections. There is can be monetized, there is limited ads. So some companies say, no, I'm okay putting my content on that, but they won't run very many, you won't earn a lot of money on it. It's kind of the same as restricting by age. There are a lot of advertisers that would just say, okay, we don't want to advertise on that. So it limits your possibilities. And there's cannot run ads on it. Now, it covers a lot of controversial content, such as like abuse and situations with children particularly. But in terms of the eating stuff, there's a lot of precise language now about showing extremely thin or emaciated bodies, about binging or hiding food, or following extreme diets, or talking about how to restrict. I'll put the wording up so you can read it, but that's causing some problems across Girl World. I was watching Pulpy the other day, and I know Rosie is worried about it from his content. Amber's had the problem of being demonetized, whether she gets her monetization back or not. Foodie had about 4 videos either taken down or restricted, and now seems to have gone back and privated or unlisted or whatever a load more. So I think she's going on rather safe than sorry, and then she went on to the couples channel, which doesn't have the links to eating that her main channel has, to try and remember to keep the monetization.
This link shouldn't be there. Oh, I don't know how to remove, like, even my old Twitch is still there, the Twitch link. I don't know.
If you know how to put links onto your YouTube, then you know how to take them off. You just go to the same place.
What will your content be moving forward? I don't think there's anything really different. I'm just, you guys know I'm a conflicted person, and I'm just learning and finding my way. That's it.
I think she took that as, will you be wearing the hijab or not moving forward? When actually I think they were saying, well, if you can't do the kind of food content you do, what are you going to do? I don't think she has an answer either way.
So yeah, it's going to be a bit weird, but I'm not going to rent a car. I'm probably not going to rent a car until December, because November is a bit tight budget-wise, because I bought like all my furniture, like the couch.
I was a bit surprised like this, because I thought, I know she got a big paycheck in October, But I thought she was pretty well set up for November as well. Am I thinking about that wrong? Maybe. She did waste her money on a lot of stuff. Like, she could have easily been quite comfortable for October, November on what she made. But this is Foodie after all.
Watch my bed, TV stand, TV, all that stuff. So I need to, like, be chill a bit. And I did rent a car already, so, you know. So budget-wise, it's not going to be really, probably wise to do that. It's really expensive to do it. Like, why am I having people, like, hating on the hijab? Like, that's so fucking Islamophobic. I don't know.
I'm sure it's very easy for her saying, oh, why are you hating on the hijab? It's so Islamophobic. Because then she can hold that up as, look, I'm so victimized. I think the problem is that you're just using it as an accessory. The hijab is a symbol of a belief.
I don't know. I just was like, I'm gonna go live. Didn't feel like getting ready. I saw this. But then I do also like...
And there you go. I didn't feel like getting ready and I saw this. Okay, so you were just feeling lazy? No, lecture us some more. I couldn't be bothered, so I threw the hijab on. Why? We've seen you looking worse. Do you not have any clean clothes? Oh, not that that would even stop you, because we've seen you dirty.
I feel weird without hijab. I really do, like, a lot of times.
Salah, do you hear me? I feel weird without hijab. Salah!
Who cares if I just threw it on? What does that matter?
Who cares if I just threw it on? It's disrespectful for the people who have it mean something to them. She treats it like it's not important if she wears it or not. So people who do find it important are going to find that offensive. You don't have to wear it, but don't pick it up and put it down again.
There's not a single person from any other culture other than shit world that have a problem with it, so they can all piss off. I'm not. I live at Donald Street, 1240 Donald Street. Yeah, you're right.
All she can do at this point is say, yeah, whatever.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. But I'm also trying to figure out, like, clean slate. Remember these stickers? I'm trying to figure out what the heck to do with myself.
I feel like she's trying to fill time, but she's not looking at goals because goals scare her. If she has any kind of goal, I'm not saying long term, I'm not saying medium term. I just mean like very simple things. Like she says, okay, I want to go see someone professional about my hair. Now, I'm not saying that's a solvable problem, but I'm just saying as an example, as something that I know that she wants to do something about. That's the first step, getting kind of parameters of what whatever thing you want to do would involve. Then you break down those steps to, okay, do I need to save for this? Do I need to do this before we go? What do I need to know? Is there anyone nearby? I'm talking in very basic steps here, okay? Now, I love a list. She needs to make a list of her goals, realistic or not, and then break them down. Because she's talking on a day-to-day level of what the hell do I do with my time? And there's no way to know that unless you know what you're trying to work towards.
I don't know how you put up with these people. I know, carefree. I don't either. Money.
I mean, I'm not even offended by that. I put up with her for money, so there you go.
Otherwise, I probably wouldn't. No, because if I get demonetized, I will just use the couple's channel. Which means I should upload something from there. Ooh, I should go live from that channel.
She did.
Are you guys up to Salah and Chantal? Yeah. It's not money for Salah. He's not getting any money. No, if you get your channel canceled, then it's ban-evading.
That's what we talked about a minute ago when I said, look, you can have a different monetized channel. Also, the thing about Salah there's still a portion of people who think that Salah has ownership of the couple's channel. He doesn't. She made it from an old channel of hers. It's impossible to transfer ownership internationally of a channel. Any money she earned from that channel would go to her bank account, earned through her AdSense.
But if you just get demonetized, you can do another channel content. It's not ban-evaded, right? I will change the...
She doesn't seem sure, but she is actually right.
Couple's channel name, yeah. I just don't know to what. Well, living with Peetz, it's...
Let's not go on another journey of trying to find names for things. You haven't been doing very well.
Not a million, like 100% cemented. It's just like I said yesterday, like my concerns about that, and I'm not sure. Like I don't want him to move in until I'm sure and fully stable. Like I don't want to ruin his stability over my instability. Like I don't want to do that to him because I had a lot of guilt about that. He doesn't mind living in a closet. I guess not.
I guess not. And that's the thing. As much as you can say, well, Peetz may have these difficulties, he might be a little vulnerable. Ultimately, he's lived on his own for this long and he gets to make his own decision whether we think it's stupid or not.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that therapy session. He sounded really...
Really? We'll see. We'll see. She's done this before where she's engaged with doctors and said, I need therapy. but she doesn't go past a session or two. So with it being voluntary and with it the fact that she can just hang up the phone or not go again, I don't see this making any progress. But she's changing her life, you guys.
No impulse decisions, yeah. The key to therapy is just like anything, consistency.
Which is the one thing she doesn't bring to stuff.
To keep it monetized on that budget, because they're demonetizing a lot of content and channels, so if my channel gets demonetized, that's another monetized channel.
There's no reason for them to fully demonetize her channel unless she keeps uploading things that are against terms of service. And I know she's done things in the past, I know. But I think their view on it would be, we change the rules and therefore anything you posted will demonetize, but we won't like ban you from channel unless you keep doing it. We'll give you those warnings.
That I can use. That doesn't have like any kind of mukbang stuff really. Like there's food, but barely. It's just a couple of vlogs, you know.
Yeah, she does food mainly as a part of the travel.
Oh, I don't know if we're going to, but gotta pay for this apartment somehow. Yeah, I gotta pay my bills somehow.
Yeah. She's hidden the videos, so obviously it had enough impact on her to cause an action. But again, what on earth would she do?
Eugenia's channel had nothing to do with food. Yeah, they're the eating disorder side of things, or self-harm, they call it. Eating 800 packs of noodles to anybody is self-harm. It's not healthy. It's, you know. Sing pumped up kids. All you other kids with your pumped up kids, you better run down.
Foodie, make better choices. Just make better choices.
I think it's a good song. Yeah, true. People get hammered on video or stream, right?
Yes, Foodie, yes they do. They get hammered on stream, sometimes while they're on vacation in Cuba, and they get high. It's incredible to believe.
You just ban channels where people look unhealthy, right? I know, it's really weird. I don't know. YouTube is, honestly, like, it's just a weird platform for their rules and stuff.
They are not consistent, and that is a them problem. They're not consistent in how they enforce it.
How I should travel? Look at all the traveling. I've probably traveled more than everybody in this chat.
I wasn't in the chat, so we'll move on.
As unhealthy as I am. Do I feel like my channel's plummeting? No, it's the same, I feel like.
But that doesn't mean it's not plummeting.
Well, it's actually doing better than in Syria, but...
Famous last words.
No, you can't help someone who doesn't want it, or is it, you know?
Although, Amber getting demonetized is actually probably pretty good for her, because people will look in other places if Amber stops uploading, but I think Amber will just go to another platform if she can't get it fixed. But the fact that so many videos are disappearing tells me she's working behind the scenes to try and appeal it and just take out a lot of the content.
I'm just not gonna do mukbangs, so I just don't eat on camera at all anymore. I don't know. I don't know if they're banning all mukbangs or just if like they've age restricted some videos where I talk about like my struggles with it, like, you know, eating and stuff.
Yeah, because like I said, a lot of the defined points that would be a problem for Foodie are now under like limited ads, so restricting it is the easiest way forward.
Yeah, you can't say certain words, yeah. That's why you have people saying unalive and pew pew and freaking world we live in, man, I swear. I've been private insomnia. So, okay, so long I haven't stopped talking, we're not like, I don't know if I like confuse people or they just don't listen to what I say.
Or if they just don't listen to what I say. We do listen. Keep talking.
We didn't end our relationship, like, on a bad note.
You said that he presented you with divorce papers. You had said, get me in the car now. Take me to the airport. He'd driven you to the airport asking you, why are you so mad? We agreed on this, and then you left. Doesn't seem like you ended it on good terms.
We were talking when we left. We do have Julia still, so he sends me updates with Julia. Small keeping in touch, yeah, that's about it. We're not legally, like, on paper, we're not divorced yet. But I signed the papers. We're divorced in the eyes of God, but not legally.
Yeah, well, you weren't married legally, and you didn't go through the religious marriage in Syria, so you were married in the eyes of God in Kuwait, which I imagine makes it complicated to separate.
You have to take that to a special place in Damascus, and, well, that's your assumption, Pause. That's not my fault. Like, why? Not all people who are divorced just don't talk. That's very black and white thinking.
Yeah, clearly that's our fault. Not all people in divorce never have contact again, but most people who have contact, having decided to separate their lives, have something keeping them in touch. My parents are divorced. They had us. Now, they've gotten to the point where they can talk to each other now. They've spent holidays together. Doesn't mean it wasn't a bitter breakup.
No, he's not getting remarried now, Sue. You're wrong. Thank you. Who knows who knows? I'm not talking about Syria. Like, who knows? I'm just saying in the future. And, like, let's say in a year, you know, if I want to travel somewhere else. But that makes me, you know, realize that I was very, very impulsive getting the kitten. Like, very, very.
Be prepared for her to get rid of another kitten. Another reason she's not naming it, perhaps.
Yeah, I don't know what the cat's name's gonna be yet, if I'm honest. I don't know, I'm gonna, like, impulsivity is, like, one of the big things I want to work on in therapy, because, you know, I have a decent plan for myself. It's the only way to keep sane.
You know that person is new.
Honestly. Like, when I first got here, I was so lost. Like, it doesn't seem that long ago, but it does. Are you reading the Quran? Not right now. I need to do, like, a study, because I don't understand when I try to read it.
That actually makes sense to me, because reading comprehension, not her forte. And she doesn't have a great attention span either, so I could believe that she'd open it and be like, the fuck is this? What does this mean?
I haven't been diagnosed with anything, but I might be, I don't know.
I haven't been diagnosed with anything. Keep that in mind, because if she does start going to see doctors when her insurance kicks back in, I've got a feeling that's going to change. Or at least the story of, oh, I haven't been diagnosed with anything. I think that will change.
Okay, let's switch to the couples channel.
Okay. We are now on the couples channel. It is Live with Just Foodie is the name of the thing.
Hey! Foreign vacation channel. I know, I miss the vlogs.
She's not going to have the money for foreign travel anytime soon. I'm telling you, around Ottawa, make it an out and about channel if you want, but around Ottawa.
I missed a couple of vlogs, obviously. When I rode an ATV, that was so fun, Christopher. The channel has a lot of fun vlogs, actually, if you guys want to watch them.
I wouldn't call that content fun, but different than her usual content, yes.
Yeah, the vlogs, these were, like, fun to make. They were, you know, they didn't get as many views. Some of them got pretty decent amount of views. Love documentary.
The love documentary. Oh, guys. I would react to it, but I can't stand the thought of watching it again. It was so cringe. Go in my history and find it.
Is there, like, ocean? No, I don't think so. There's no ocean around us. I was trying to think, no, it's lakes and rivers and...
This from a native Canadian.
It's not your business if Salah's getting any of the money or not.
Again, I don't think he is, because there isn't a way to do that unless she sends it to him. So she could transfer him money, but he can't just take money, unless of course his little friend copied the card, in which case what the hell would Foodie do?
I'm only going live on here once, there's not going to be any money. Like, it's going to be like $5. Yes.
She's not helping herself with how she's explaining this, though, because it makes it sound like, oh yes, it's his channel, he just doesn't get money for it because I'm not making very much, which isn't the case.
Nobody's taking my money, my paychecks, nobody ever did. Can we vote on
She gave them.
a new theme? Yeah, when the time comes, I don't think I'm going to worry about this channel after doing this live stream. It'll be good for another 6 months, so I'm not sure I'm going to focus on, I need to focus on, like, one thing at a time. Single era, it should be your single era. Should be whatever I want it to be. So basically what I'm saying is if I move in with Peetz, I'll have to be single for, like, ever. Because moving with Peetz is, like, a long time thing. Because he has...
Tell me you have no idea how a relationship works without telling me you have no idea how a relationship works. You don't have to move in with someone in 3 weeks. Because she gets so obsessive, she completely cuts out anything else in her life. It's perfectly fine to balance a roommate and a partner, just not the way Foodie does it.
Because let's say in a year or two, I'm over everything, I've got my shit to get more together, I'm on a good track, I meet someone and I want to live with them, you know? He's my ride or die friend, yeah. Maybe I should give it, I just mean maybe I should give it more time. He doesn't have to rush and move in. Yeah, exactly, Christy. If I'm still here in, like, you know, even 6 months or something.
I think she's worried about January, February, when the paychecks are low, when the season is over. There's a reason that the beginning of the year tends to be quite depressive for people, because, like, the high of all the winter celebrations is over, but money is going to be real tight for her at that point. And she's going to be over all the things that she came back to Canada for, and she's going to be looking for a way out.
No, I'll definitely be here, because, like I said, I'm not planning on going anywhere, but I don't know what the future, I don't know, you know? I'm not going on Tinder. It's going to have to be, like, meeting somebody organically, or, I don't know,
Where would she meet someone organically? Tell me. Like, where does she go where that conversation might happen?
I don't even care about that, but it was really nice having Peetz here. It was really fun, it was comfortable, I don't feel uncomfortable. It's somebody here, we had fun watching a movie, and, you know, but in the meantime, he can always just come and stay as long as he wants. But
yeah, on the sofa, because there's no room for him.
He likes his bed, so pork. Yeah, I froze the bacon, I'll probably just give it away. I'm just trying to eat what I have, so here's all my groceries I have.
She is so short on money right now. But consider she had $500 worth of groceries, so let's see what she's got.
I have Campbell's, a bunch of Campbell's soup, vegetable, bunch of cheese, salsa, a box of I can make scallop potatoes? Yeah, I have some veggies I have to eat. Maybe I'll make a big salad. I have some veggies that are going to go bad.
Literally the only thing she knows how to do with vegetables is salad.
My appetite is like, I don't know. I'm going to do something with the channel anyways. I'm going to keep all the couples videos. Why not? They're good vlogs.
There's no reason to get rid of them. It's not like she'd be heartbroken looking at Salah.
Actually, I have a whole head of cauliflower.
Make cauliflower cheese? It's covered in cheese. She'd eat it. Roast it. Be delicious.
Today is just going to be a stay-in day. I'm probably just going to finish cleaning up. I still have some cleaning to do.
Her depression apartment. She's only been there 3 weeks. How can it be in such a state? The answer is it's Foodie, but still.
Day is more than half over by now. I woke up late today because I don't know. Woke up at 7:30 and then I was like, I don't want to get up. Tough life. I know. I am grateful, but I gotta figure out my life. Oh, Black Friday on Amazon. Payday's around the corner. No, I'm trying to. I think if I'm gonna order some collagen gummies, some vitamins.
Collagen gummies? Why? Oh, I've got a microneedling session booked. I'm very excited. It's a long weekend next week, so I'm going on the Tuesday night.
And then I'm gonna take the cat. Yes, it's for Slot. Oh, please notice me in the hijab. Please, senpai.
She's only ever sarcastic like that when someone's hit it dead on. Yeah, I live here. Whatever you think. Oh yeah, please notice me, Salah. Like, that kind of sarcasm only works if it's a ridiculous reason. It's completely believable in her case.
Yeah, I saw pictures of Julia, and yesterday he told me he took her to get her nails cut.
Here, she started this series of streams by saying, I didn't talk to him today and I didn't talk to him yesterday. And now she's like, yeah, yesterday he said that he took her to get her nails cut. So you did speak to him and you got a picture of Julia. Rudy, you wouldn't be lying to us, would you? Doesn't seem like you.
I'm gonna top up her food, but yeah, we don't talk that much actually. Maybe the same person who took Smokey can. No. What are you doing Christmas?
She burned all those bridges.
Content. I don't know. You planning on burning?
You're a Muslim. You don't know if you're gonna do Christmas content. I'd be here for Christmas content, you guys. I've already accepted long ago that she doesn't practice or care about being a Muslim. She just likes to fight about it, so I'd love Christmas content.
I wasn't planning on it, but I was thinking, like, I had a moment of, like, why? Because I'm thinking of my future and, like...
What could she do? Earn some money while Christmas content gets views?
What if I do want to travel? Like, what if I don't want to live in Canada at some point?
Well, you've already tried that and look how it turned out.
You know? I don't know. But no, I'm not giving the cat away. Like, I'm already hooked on her. She's so cute.
I don't know. She said all this before and look what's happened with other cats.
A part of me also feels like, am I, like, in good enough mental health to have it, like, take care of something that, like, something be dependent on me?
That actually could have been talking about Peetz or the cat, but this is exactly the line she took with Smokey.
Like, sometimes I feel that way. I didn't say I was getting rid of her. I was just thinking of my concerns. All the things which I should have thought about before getting her. Yes, I know.
Yes! All the things you were warned about before you got her. All the things that people told you when you were saying, no, I won't get a cat. Good, remember? You got a cat before and you couldn't take care of it because your mental state that you said was so bad. You didn't even need to think of that. You were told.
But I was like, I couldn't bear the thought of, like, being alone and not having a cat. And I'm not even, like, considering getting rid of her. I'm just having, like, there was just those thoughts, like...
Well, thoughts are considerations, Chantel.
The afterthoughts, which always happen because I'm impulsive and stupid.
So considering it then.
I need to grow up.
Yeah, you do.
I've always had cats, yeah. Oh, she said that she was demonetized? Oh. Maybe she'll get remonetized.
I think her, like, videos disappearing are a sign that she's trying to get remonetized.
All of her reaction channel's gonna do.
Follow her? Like I said, I don't react to her very much, but I see her through other reactors sometimes. When her channel got completely banned, people could still follow Foodie. They can do the same with Amberlynn. It's not like either of them are going to get a life off the internet. And who knows, just like Foodie was forced to hustle, it might force Amber to do more with her content.
She's not going to do content if she can't be monetized.
She may not have a choice. Well, she's going to need to keep her audience, so...
Talk about you more. No, but there's some people who have just Amberlynn tea that gets way more views than me, so... I was impulsive in getting her, and, like, thinking about, like, the years down, like, a couple of years down the line or something, about traveling and, you know...
A couple of years down the line. I can't do anything now, because I might do something in the future.
And my mental health right now, like, I'm hardly taking care of myself, and I have to take care of, like, a little dependent kitten, but... I mean, I have rehomed a lot of cats, yes.
Yes, you have.
They all got really good homes.
What?
I didn't say I was doing that, so just saying like what was on my mind. Like basically having a cat will cement that I could never travel for like long periods.
Yes and no. People do. There are responsible people out there that get their cats prepared and take their cats traveling with them, but it takes time, it takes organisation, and it takes money. They love their pet enough that they don't want to be parted from it, and so that's what happens. So people do. I don't think Foodie would, as evidence from the fact that she didn't take her pets with her nor bring Julia back. Now, people have pets and still travel. She could do vacations. It can be a little costly. You'd have to put her in like a facility, a cattery, something like that for people who are traveling, which for her day trips are not what she's done. She just left the cat with food and water and been like, okay, see you tomorrow.
No, I'm still intending on getting Julia back someday. Being back in Canada, favorite part? The fall. I got to experience the fall, Halloween. I got to see my family. Oh, I miss Sasa, actually. I was really depressed about that.
Every time she mentions Sasa, I just shut up. Shut up. Can't remember where I cut this, but she talked about Sasa for a lot longer than this, and I cut the majority of it out.
I miss her. I was so close to her. When is Ramadan this year?
Oh yeah, that's as much as I left in, just so you'd know she had talked about her, but I'm not countenancing it. Ramadan is super early this year. Like, it gets 11 days earlier every year because the calendar here and the calendar there don't match up. And obviously the first day doesn't get declared until the moon is sighted, but right now it's due to start around, I think, March 1st, something like that.
It will be lonely this year. I gotta find a Muslim community here. I don't have any hobbies.
No shits.
What kind of hobbies do you think someone like me would like to do?
Just any hobby that doesn't require a lot of physical movement. Anything computer-based, you could learn how to use a program. Anything craft-based, even though she hates crafts and has said so. Art-based, paper-based, reading-based. There are so many things that people with physical limitations can do.
Do art? But the thing is, I gotta buy supplies.
For what kind of art? Like, yes, you need things to pursue your hobbies, but you don't need to spend a lot of money. Like, how fine an art do you think you're going to be doing?
I could work at McDonald's.
No, you couldn't. You are too big to easily get around the kitchen, and you can't stand up for long enough.
And do streams from there. No, I do the kitty litter. Furniture makeover. Oh,
Who the hell suggested furniture makeovers to her? Physically, it would be too taxing for her, and she doesn't know how to do that. Like, I'm all for having her learn, but her general sense of style is non-existent.
Furbishing furniture? What about those canvas paintings? You guys want a Foodie Beauty canvas painting?
Alright, so she just wants something she can make and sell. Did she ever send those drawings that she sold before?
Cooking and baking, reading, writing, card making. Yeah, there's a lot of things to do. Remember rolling display?
Lots of things.
Oh, can I do that?
I mean, she probably could. I think it would turn into a cesspit pretty easily, but there we go. But YouTube have got a new, like, community tab. Oh, I suppose it wouldn't be private, though. But then Discords aren't really private either, so there we go. But she could do it through YouTube now, I'm pretty sure.
Diamond art is too fiddly, and your hands are too big. Yeah, I can't do things that are fine, take precision, like with,
Shouldn't that also be a wake? I mean, if the rest of the stuff wasn't a wake-up call, this won't be, but I can't do fine motor skills? Like, excuse me?
Did you give away postcard and lollipop? No, I didn't. No, the post office isn't closed, but, oh, is it? I don't know. Don't sell anything until you find out about TOS, yeah, true.
She was talking about sending stuff to Sasa, and also, I think, there are rules on YouTube about giveaways, because I think, maybe in the States, maybe everywhere, I'm not sure, there are rules on, like, lotteries that you can get in trouble with on YouTube. So you just have to follow the rules in how it's done. And I guess Foodie won't read them.
I think singing lessons or join a choir. Choir? Could I join it? We have choirs in the church. Okay.
They are, but you could do singing lessons for sure. I think her breathing would be an issue, but she enjoys singing.
Should we just go to the mall? How about we just ride the bus? Get used to the bus system. Just go.
I thought she was worried about shitting herself on the bus.
Go for a bus ride. That's it. Maybe get off, get a coffee somewhere, take the bus.
I mean, it wouldn't be inspiring content, but it would be her getting out the house, and I'd be okay with it.
What's that stink?
Sorry, low-hanging fruit. I have no idea, Foodie. I'm thankful that I don't have smell-o-vision.
I have not been doxed. Does the mall remind you of
Keep saying that.
Kuwait? Yeah. No, the malls here are crap compared to Kuwait.
I find the difference with the Middle Eastern malls is that A lot of malls in like the West are dying because online shopping is taking over, right? There's online shopping here, but the malls are really a center of places to go because people generally like don't drink. And so a mall is a really good meeting place. It's still the center of activity for a lot of things.
Okay, I'm gonna move you guys over here so I can make my dinner.
That's what I was saying about the layout of her kitchen. It seems to be that she has like, here is where the kitchen starts, and then she's got the little kind of U shape, and then she's got the place for her sofa, which to me says that her layout is from the pictures of Donald Street.
I think we should go out tomorrow because I'm staying home today. If I stay home too many days in a row and don't try to do anything. So I already reached out for therapy. Today I'm cleaning, cooking, just relaxing at home. And Phyllis lives in Cornwall, Nina, so she's actually a really busy woman. She's involved in everything.
She should ask, actual serious suggestion, she should ask her Aunt Phyllis what Aunt Phyllis is involved in. They live far away, so I don't think they should go to the same groups because I think Foodie would ruin that real fast. But Aunt Phyllis obviously finds ways to fill her time, so Foodie could just poach some of her hobbies until she's found some of her own. She might actually be able to give good suggestions.
I would love to send Sasa things, but it's like impossible to send parcels, pretty much.
Didn't she get a parcel from Kuwait with her clothes in?
I don't know. Maybe someday I'll go down and visit her, because then I wouldn't have to worry. I could just go for like a month and go visit her.
Why would a family want to host their son's ex kind of but not wife, who spoke badly about them and is a very difficult house guest in Syria for a month?
I blocked a lot of people when I was with the tour. I didn't want to hear it. Actually, he made me.
You do that anyway.
Too. Oh, you let them insult me. Well, I mean, go for it.
Remember about a week before she left Syria, and she went into Pete's chat and was like, you let people talk bad about me? Sound familiar, Foodie?
Okay, let's go over here. Let's have some. No, it's not a chihuahua. It's a coach.
Shouldn't be that hard.
I don't want to show anything. Can you see anything? Or
all the boxes. This. Why are you having a fight with these?
You know why you got a con?
Was that all soda? She just has the boxes piled up. I know this shouldn't be a shock, but come on, Foodie, it's only been 3 weeks. You can do better.
Recycle cardboard, recycle everything else. So yeah, I have this Parco Mega wooden postcard for one lucky user, and I have a sucker, Canada sucker. I was gonna auction them, but maybe I'll just give them away, I think, eh? I'll show you my sucker when it's all done. Mary and Chantal are two separate people? Well, kinda.
Call me crazy, because I do realise I'm not religious, who the hell am I, but I don't think your religion should have a persona. It shouldn't be one of your split personalities.
I gotta take that fall thing down. Put like art. My aunt won this. She's always lucky winning stuff. She won this poster, this giant wall art, okay? It's a giant, good quality. It's a beautiful picture painting of a cute Highland cow.
That sounds cute.
And she won it. It was like worth $600 or like almost $600 from like Ashley Furniture or something like that. Not Ashley Furniture. Is it Ashley Furniture?
Does she mean Laura Ashley? Is that there?
Not Ashley Furniture.
I bet that was expensive if it was Laura Ashley.
I don't know, somewhere like that. Some ritzy furniture place. And she like gave it to me. I'm like, don't give it to me.
Why doesn't she want it?
I would probably put it above my couch if she does. So I'm gonna say no car this time, and I don't want a car payment. I don't want one.
I'm not surprised. She can't afford one, and she wouldn't be able to get a good one with her history.
There are, like I said, like I could have got a car loan last time I was in Canada, and they wanted like friggin' 30-something% interest because.
I know she's far away from Cornwall, and people have been asking why did she put herself so far away from the family, etc. But she made a good choice to go somewhere that had transit, like do the bus.
There's just no way. There's no way. I'd rather wait and pay cash. Whatever. I'll just have to learn the bus. Okay, I should get off and finish my chores so I can relax tonight. I will see you guys probably later. I might be on my other channel on Foodie Beauty later. Okay, guys. Bye.
Bye. And she did bees later. I didn't watch it. There didn't seem to be much in it. Okay. According to my raw recording right now, I have an hour and 40 minutes of content to cut down. God knows when I'm going to be finished with this. So thanks everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.